Alright, y'all. Let's start the breakdown. Alright, first we're gonna go with valve cover disassemblies. We'll do the left and then the right. So let's get on to it. For y'all just wondering, go on Amazon, okay, and buy these Castleman, I believe what their brand is, sets. This is a hex set, this is a torque set, and the triple square set. It just comes in clutch when it comes with German cars. It's just the three more important sections of the car that you need to, you know, tools that you need. So we will be changing all of that. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 valve cover bolts. Even with 12 flipping bolts, the gasket manages to, let's see, let's get into more. This guy here. Alright, there we go. Valve cover out. There is some nastiness in there that we gotta, as you can see, this is why these valve covers fail from the heat and whatnot. They just become so brittle and like plastic like, and they just snap off. And this one's pretty much seized on there. I have to figure out how to clean that, take that off, figure that out. But yeah, we're gonna keep all the sections the same, so we're gonna keep this at that. This would be we're gonna keep this on the right bank. I mean, not gonna lie, it is pretty disgusting in there, but it doesn't seem too bad actually at all. It is a high mileage engine, so I don't expect the nicest, but I'm also making sure there's no damage, which exacerbates it. I don't see anything. See, nice. The cams look okay. The rollers on the not lifters. Well, I guess you can say lifters look fine. I don't see any scoring that caused that much premature damage, but it looks okay. Sorry guys, I just went to go get my adapters. I don't know if you can see it. It's for my, yes, I have 3/8 impact, but it's at work, so this is just gonna have to do. I'm not trying to take tools from my work box and move it around. Let's give you guys a peek. All right. This is the right side bank. It doesn't look too bad. And this is the left side bank. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad either. All right, now we're gonna work our way into removing the PCV. Essentially, here, let me switch the camera around. Essentially, the PCV system is this little block right here under the supercharger. Now, according to C7 video, we could relocate this, so that's what I'm thinking about doing, to be honest. But we are just gonna remove the whole section, which is this, and the Y pipe there, right here. Just falls down in there and remove that. But we might have to remove other things, so we are gonna first go ahead and remove the intake with the runners, and the injectors are down there as well. But yeah, let's get on that first. Take all these guys out. if you just pull, it should come up. But wait, gotta take the fuel line off. I forgot. And remove the sensor. Of course it breaks. Sensor connector broke. I have to find a replacement for that. I believe it's a 17. Yes, it is. Crack it off. It's just a flare nut. On both sides, left and right bank both have fuel lines, so just remove it. Oh. This guy needs, I think, a 20. Actually, I have an adjustable. Use that. There we go. Essentially 2 fuel lines. They both got fittings on them first. Brass fittings, and then which the fuel line screws into. So you might need a double wrench it sometimes. Yeah, remove both those lines. This is essentially just your main feed for your high pressure fuel injectors. So this is the lines that go to your fuel rail. Okay, so that should just move out of the way. It should be able to just wiggle it. There you go. And you got fuel puking everywhere. Fuel puking is pretty normal. And once we get this out, we can remove the connector. There we go. There we go. Now, thankfully, all 3 injectors stayed down there. And this is essentially your intake runners. So this is a vacuum actuated runner system, meaning when the car creates vacuum and the ECM tells it to open and close, as you can see, the ports open, close, open, close. On my old Audi had it too, but I did delete it because I just found it restricting, sort of. But we just got to find a way to see if we can delete this whole intake system, because this is kind of utterly stupid, and this caused hectic amount of vacuum leaks, which cause the whole system to go up in friggin' kabooties. So let's take this out. Another connector at the back, which just controls the vacuum actuated piston to go up and down when vacuum is given. And boom. Now this is the left side, so we will keep it with the left bank. Okay. A lot of this stuff I'm just keeping in a section for now till I can find a better way to organize it. As you can see, the injector stayed on, which is good. And the amount of carbon buildup in here is crazy. So we are gonna take the gaskets out. I'll show you guys in a second. This is the gaskets. I did order all new gasket set for this thing. And these are your dividers. Essentially, they just, in simpler terms, divide the airflow that is given to the head, which is kind of a stupid system, but you know, whatever. Actually, surprisingly, it's not that dirty in there. Let's take a look. As you guys can see, this is the intake part of the head, and you know what? For 300,000 kilometers, I expected much more carbon buildup. There isn't that much in a sense of carbon buildup. There's a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see all that. There isn't too much, but yeah. Essentially, the dividers would sit right in here in the center slots. I guess essentially they would divide it. It's kind of stupid. I'd prefer, if I'm making, you know, a good amount of power, I'd want full airflow going to the head, so I'd take out those dividers. We'll see. I have talked to 034, so I will give you guys an update on what they say and what we should do. But yeah, the injectors did get stuck in there. Highly doubt they're going to come out, but we're going to have to figure out how do we get them out, because we are going to need to rebuild them, put some new gaskets on them, and plug them back in. Surprisingly enough, all 3 injectors came out of this one. So what we're gonna do is pull this out. Get out of here. This hose, I will explain to you what it is. Okay, there we go. All 3 injectors came out with this, and these injectors are pretty cruddy. Let's actually disconnect it from the connector. It doesn't want to come off, but okay. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, and then disconnect the intake runner. Okay. Okay, this is the right side bank right here. Okay. And these are the injectors. So essentially, this is what we'd call direct injection. So these the nozzles, the tips would go into the head. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, the center of this right here, the injector, is what we call the orifice. And the orifice has, I guess, a set amount of spray patterns by the looks of it. 2, 4, 6. It's got 6 micro needle sized nozzles that basically spray. I'll try posting a video on how it works. But essentially, some will get stuck, some will come out like this easy. But there is a rebuild kit. So it comes to the O-rings at the bottom and O-rings at the top. So we are going to rebuild all these injectors. By the looks of it, the carbon buildup, pretty normal. I don't see any other further damages, but we will see once we get deeper into things. This is the right side bank, yes. And again, the valves look immaculate, which is kind of weird. Okay, the other thing we need to remove is this stupid harness, which is always in the way of everything. So let's just take that out of the way. So let's remove this whole high pressure line right here, which goes to the high pressure fuel pump, which, by the way, guys, we did get the high pressure fuel pump upgrade from 034. Oh, no, we didn't. Sorry, guys, I'm just blurting out random things. I'm trying not to ruin the surprise for you guys. But yeah, I guess small little things I will accidentally blurt out. I guess it's a habit. But yeah, we did get some things. And hopefully this Friday or this weekend, we'll do a nice little unboxing of everything. Take this bracket off. Just put things back where they go. I know, coming from me, some of my viewers know me personally, so they'll be like, huh, this guy's talking about putting things back. Yeah, 210 mils right there, and then 17 mil high pressure fuel line right here. There you go, she cracked loose. It's technically one-time use flare lines, but can't buy everything now, can we? We ain't that rich yet. Yo. Why is it taking so damn long? There. Okay, high pressure fuel pump off. Okay. Let's remove. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Okay. There's T30 Torx right there. And fuel pressure line off. Just let it drain out for a second. And then this tube, this cross tube, essentially this cross tube is going from the front coolant housing slash thermostat, I guess. And this pipe is, wow, this pipe is gone. It is disintegrated. We are gonna, I guess, need a new pipe. Like, that's it. Like, that's the hole. Like, it is completely gunked. Okay, now we're in a more open, vague space. Okay, so PCV system. I believe there are a bunch of T30s. So let me zap off all the T30s and I'll tell you how many. I'll just do a count with it. 1. Okay, that's loose. So now I'm doing it right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I dropped 1. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 pork spits. Let's see if it pops up. Wow, okay, that was mildly aggressive. Okay, it's your PCV. We're going to replace literally all the bolts. Let's see where we can pick up every single bolt we dropped. Uno. Let's deuce. And then trace. Okay. There's your PCV system. So this, we will go deeper into it. I'm going to do some research and we'll come back to this. Essentially, this is your oil baffle system, I guess what they call it for your PCV, where your crankcase pressure collects. Let me bring it. Where it essentially just collects your excessive air and crankcase pressure, etc., and it just baffles in here and goes through the PCV system. If I am wrong in some things, please correct me, guys, in the comments down below. Okay, back to it. Okay, let's see if we can pop these injectors out, which they don't seem to be fun. They're turning, so I know that's a good sign. Little locks, not locks, just holders essentially. Take those guys off, and should technically just, let's see if we can give them a little jump. Okay, maybe not. We're probably gonna let it soak with some WD-40 or PB Blaster and see where we go from there. Okay, what else is next? Before I do take the oil filter housing and everything, let's go through something we are gonna delete, which is the air injection system. I'll add that as a separate video, but for now, I'm just gonna say we're pulling it off, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, you guys, that is the end of today's episode. That was just a quick episode of just a breakdown of pulling the valve cover and the intake, not intake, I guess you can say the runners, and the injectors. The boards actually look pretty nice and clean in here. But next episode, we are going to go deeper and start pulling the main parts, like the oil filter housing, water pump housing, front housing, everything like that, high pressure fuel pump system, the cam roller adjusters, and all that things, all the fun stuffs. So don't forget to like, share, hit that bell notification to join me on my journey, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.